Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Adebimpe. On today's episode, I'm going to be taking you through the process of me making my hair. So I'll be using this attachment from Darling Extension. It's pre-cut, pre-picked, literally ready to use. But we had to cut it into 2 or 3, I can't remember, because we are going for short braids. The hairstyle I'm doing today, or that I'm going for, is called JAYDA WAYDA Braids. Funny how I didn't know that this is what it's called until I upped on TikTok. I just knew I wanted this style. Like, I had the style on my head, like I could picture it in my brain, and I went to TikTok to like check it, and I discovered, oh, so this is what it is called. So people have different ways of doing this style, but trust me, my hairstylist knows what she's doing, and I love the end result. First thing she did was to section the hair into 2. One for like the half or back, if that makes sense, and the other for the braids at the back. I would literally say it was sectioned into 3 sections, but like we haven't gotten there yet. The way this hairstyle is done is by installing a sewing right in the middle, but since I really didn't want the sewing or the tracks to be obvious at all, we decided to add 2 neat rows of braids at the end and along the sides. That way, the braid helps cover the sewing and give the whole look a cleaner and a more seamless finish. Apart from the Darling Extension, I also got Rosemary Extension for the curls. It's the Rosemary Extension we are using for the sewing. It's 6 bundles in a pack, so we used one of it and cut out where they were being attached together like a sewing, and used it for the curls in the braids. And can you see the way she trimmed the ends of the attachment? We literally wanted to create this illusion that there was no braids done. Only few attachments was used and more of curls, so the ends or like the tips of the hair could end with the curls. Do you get me? This was a lot of arm work for me. Not too much though, but like still something. Our apprentice was not around, so I was the one separating and giving her the attachments and the curls, which I placed that on my laps, at the same time filming and still trying to get the perfect angle. This process went on and on and on and on. Only one row was done by the other sides. Honestly, the only mistake I made was not getting the longer length for the curls. My hair is already long, so the shorter extension didn't give me as much room for the braids at the back. We're still going to get there, but like I'm just trying to explain. So if you are planning to try this hairstyle and you've got longer hair too, definitely go for a longer extension. Alright, so at this point in the process, she moved to braiding the inner section, the part that is actually going to hold the sewing. She started from the right side of my hair, parting it neatly, and then taking her time to comb everything out so everything could lay flat. We don't want to be looking swollen hair. Once she had everything detangled and laid out the way she wanted, she began braiding it. She walked through the first side carefully, making sure the tension was even so the sewing will sit flat later. And after she finished that half, she moved straight into the other side and repeated the same process. Now, one thing you will notice if you look closely is how she handles the end of each braid. While she was finishing the first braid, instead of leaving the end loose, she kept tucking each end into the next row and then into the next row again and again. Then she worked her way all the way to the edges. She made sure everything was tight and in place. She used the needle and thread to secure the final braids, like the strand, stitching it down just enough to keep it from lifting. Once she tied it off, the whole base was neat, smooth, and ready for sewing. Okay, so this is what the Rosemary extension looks like. The hair is so soft. I'm not even lying. She started stitching from the bottom to the top. I know she was doing something on my head, but I could not feel it. That's how lightweight the extension is. I had to touch it to be sure if something was really going on my head, you know. The stitching went on and on and on until she was done. So the plan was to stretch my front hair after we are done stitching here, but Nepa keeps taking and playing with the light, and we could not straighten it. We just had to like go on with the braids like that. Alright, so now we finally got into the front section of the hair, the part where the half up style or half braids are going to happen. And for real, this was the part I wasn't really sure about at first. While we were working on the hair, the hairstylist asked me what kind of design I wanted for the front, or if I had any inspo in mind. And I'm not even going to lie, I didn't have a clue. I literally told her to just freestyle because I don't know what direction I wanted to go. After some minutes of thinking, I was like, okay, let me actually check TikTok and see what's trending or what looks cute. So I hopped on TikTok, started scrolling, searching different braid designs and going through a bunch of inspo videos. I kept scrolling until I finally found one style that really stood out for me. It was clean, cute, and it matched the vibe I was going for. So I showed it to her and we decided to go with that. Now let me say the braider is fast. Her hands move like she has been doing this forever. There's no even doubt about that. Cause we started the hair around past 5 in the evening and finished 11 minutes past 9 p.m. That means it took us only 4 hours to get this done. And our work, so neat. Like every pattern, every line, every braid was so clean. Initially we planned to straighten the front section before braiding, but the light was not stable. It kept going on and off, especially when we needed it the most. Thankfully my friend was around when the lights went out, and honestly she saved the whole filming process. She literally held the lights for me the entire time so I could capture good footage and clean angles. I went with my mini LED lights, by the way, also known as the influencers lights. We were all just gisting here, vibing, talking about school life, and before you know, boom, the lights went out again. But the show has to continue. Honestly, I'm so grateful to my friend. Her plan was to just check up on me and leave, so I begged her to spend 30 minutes with me. She didn't know when she got so invested in the conversation without realizing how much time she has spent. We are literally almost done with the entire hairstyle. You can see us getting the final stretch. At this point, I was already excited because everything was coming together so nicely and my forehead was literally popping. She did the ends of the braids the same way she did the ones at the back too. Nah, this is exactly what I wanted. This is how I imagine it in my head. She trimmed the tips of the hair, cutting the curls to make them almost equal because, like I said, the curls are shorter than the length of my hair, so the back has to be a bit longer than what the sewing is looking like. But she did her best in trimming it well. Then she added mousse, one of my favorite parts. I just love all the finished touches. The finishing touch that goes on when you just finish making your hair. It's so cool and calm. Then she went in with the conditioner to touch up the curls, to define the curls. After that, she sprayed oil sheen all over my head, so it's kind. I don't really know the work of the oil sheen. I think it's to shine or something. She sprayed that one too. Oh my god, I love my hair so much. I'm just so happy that whatever I imagined in my head, it came to life. It was not what I ordered, but what I got. We've come to the very end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also turn on your notification bell so you can get notified anytime I post a brand new video, and also tell me your favorite parts of this video. Which place do you enjoy the most? And thank you guys for watching.